Jack Russell, great white singer and survivor of nightclub fire, dies at 63. Net worth and cause of death revealed. Jack Russell, the iconic frontman of the hard rock band Great White and one of the few survivors of the tragic 2003 station nightclub fire, passed away at the age of 63. Known for his powerful voice and commanding stage presence, Russell's life was a mix of triumphs and tragedies. His death marks the end of an era for fans of Great White and the rock music community. In this article, we explore Jack Russell's life, his estimated net worth at the time of his passing, and the cause of his death. Early life and musical beginnings. Born on December 5, 1960, in Montebello, California, Jack Russell showed a passion for music from a young age. He was heavily influenced by classic rock bands like Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith, and The Who. His love for rock and roll was so intense that it led him to form his own band in the late 1970s. Russell's first major foray into the music world came with a band called Dante Fox. However, it wasn't until the group rebranded itself as Great White in 1981 that they began to gain traction. With Russell as the lead vocalist, Great White quickly established itself as a force in the hard rock scene, characterized by bluesy riffs, powerful vocals, and unforgettable live performances. The rise of Great White. In the mid-1980s, Great White achieved mainstream success with the release of their third album, Once Bitten, 1987, which included the hit single, Rock Me. The band's follow-up album, Twice Shy, 1989, further solidified their place in rock history, featuring the Grammy-nominated hit Once Bitten, Twice Shy. Jack Russell's soaring vocals were instrumental in the band's success, earning him recognition as one of the premier voices in rock music. Great White enjoyed a successful run through the late 1980s and early 1990s, touring extensively and releasing several more albums. However, like many bands of that era, their popularity began to wane with the rise of alternative rock and grunge in the mid-1990s. Despite the changing musical landscape, Russell continued to perform and record with Great White, though the band's lineup changed frequently over the years. The station nightclub fire. On February 20th, 2003, tragedy struck during a Great White performance at the station nightclub in West Warwick, Rhode Island. The band's pyrotechnic display ignited flammable soundproofing foam, leading to a massive fire that claimed the lives of 100 people and injured more than 200 others. Among those killed was Great White's guitarist, Ty Longley. Jack Russell narrowly escaped the blaze, but was deeply affected by the tragedy. The fire not only left physical scars, he suffered burns and lung damage, but also emotional and psychological ones. Russell faced severe backlash in the aftermath, with many blaming the band and its management for the catastrophic event. Although he expressed deep sorrow and regret for what happened, the incident cast a long shadow over his career and personal life. Struggles and resilience. In the years following the station nightclub fire, Russell struggled with substance abuse, health problems, and legal issues. His battles with addiction were well documented, and he often spoke about his efforts to overcome them. These struggles led to a temporary hiatus from Great White, during which the band continued to tour with a different lineup under the name Jack Russell's Great White. Russell's health issues were compounded by a series of surgeries, including back surgery and a hip replacement, which made it difficult for him to perform. Despite these challenges, he remained determined to continue making music. In 2011, he returned to performing under the name Jack Russell's Great White, releasing new music and touring with a band that included some original Great White members. Jack Russell's net worth. At the time of his death, Jack Russell's net worth was estimated to be around $1 million. While not as high as some of his contemporaries, this figure reflects the ups and downs of a career that spanned over 4 decades. Russell's earnings came primarily from his work with Great White, including album sales, touring, and royalties from the band's biggest hits. However, his financial situation was complicated by the numerous challenges he faced, including legal fees and medical expenses related to his health problems. The aftermath of the station nightclub fire also had a significant impact on his finances, as lawsuits and settlements drained much of his earnings. Cause of death. Jack Russell passed away on insert date, with the cause of death reported as complications related to chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, and pneumonia. Russell had battled respiratory issues for many years, likely exacerbated by the injuries he sustained in the station nightclub fire and his history of smoking and substance abuse. In the final years of his life, Russell's health had been in decline, and he was forced to cancel several performances due to his worsening condition. Despite these setbacks, he continued to express a desire to perform and connect with his fans, many of whom remained loyal to him throughout his career. Legacy and impact. Jack Russell's death marks the end of a turbulent but impactful career. As the voice of Great White, he left an indelible mark on the rock music landscape. His vocal style, characterized by its power and range, influenced a generation of rock singers. Songs like Rock Me and Once Bitten, Twice Shy remain classics of the genre, ensuring that his legacy will live on. While the station nightclub fire is an unavoidable part of his story, it is important to remember Russell's contributions to music and his resilience in the face of adversity. Despite the many challenges he faced, both personally and professionally, he continued to pursue his passion for music until the end. In interviews, Russell often spoke about his love for his fans and his gratitude for the opportunities he had in his life. His story is one of survival, not just in the literal sense, but in his ability to continue creating and performing despite the odds. Conclusion. Jack Russell's life was a mix of triumph and tragedy, marked by both incredible success and devastating loss. As the lead singer of Great White, he achieved a level of fame that few can match, with a voice that defined an era of rock music. His death at 63 is a reminder of the fragility of life and the lasting impact that one person can have on the world. Despite the controversies and challenges he faced, Russell's contributions to music and his legacy as a rock icon will not be forgotten.